day number 3 with the Titan 2 from Unihertz, and I've been using it as a secondary device. Haven't quite switched it over to my primary device yet, or my daily driver. But I do have Google Voice on here. I am getting calls and text messages and sending messages and so forth from it. I'm using this a lot more than I am my daily driver, which is my iPhone. But if I'm going out and about, this is not going to come. This will come with me, but it's not what I'm using as a daily device. But I figure I give a quick overview of some of my first initial impressions of this device over the first 3 days with it. One of the first big things that I have noticed is this display on the back, and I really love the idea of having the display back here. However, I have not figured out a use for it. It is here, and you can use it as a notification window itself, and you can see you can customize the clock to it. You have access to music controls and some quick, access keys for the camera, navigation, and brightness of this display, and also gives you your battery indicator. However, I don't really find myself with this device face down. So if I was somebody who constantly has their device like that window would be great for me. It would be a quick glance view of my notifications and the clock and so forth, but that's not really a great use case for me. Maybe it'll convince me to start doing that more often with my device compared to how I normally use it. But that is one of my big I really wish I could use more with that function itself. So the other big takeaway that I have with the Titan 2 is the physical keyboard. I love physical keyboards. Physical keyboard is probably a big reason why you're buying this device if you're looking at the Titan 2. I've come from a ton of different BlackBerry devices. I've used, pretty much almost every BlackBerry device under the sun. I love the Classic as my favorite BlackBerry device of all time. And I guess I'm kind of a keyboard snob, I would say. I don't know. But the one thing with the keyboard with the Titan 2, I've noticed that it's very stiff. It's a very stiff keyboard. Not a big fan of the stiffness, but I have found that I have gotten used to it slightly more and more as I continue to use this device and continue to type out messages and so forth on the Titan 2. So definitely something that will take some time to get used to as you're typing out things. I was very gingerly typing on things when I first got it. Now I'm able to kind of move through the keyboard and type away and not really have too much of a struggle to do so. The one little complaint that I have with the typing experience is actually not the physical keyboard. Again, it is a little stiff for me, a little too stiff for me, but it's something, again, I'm getting used to. The one big complaint, though, is these prediction words up here. It's not a spell check because I turned off spell check and they still appear. So there's a word prediction setting somewhere that needs to be disabled. And I haven't figured out where to go. If anybody knows, leave me a comment. But the thing that I've noticed is it will try to predict the word that you're typing, which is fine. I would love that to happen, but it suggests things either in the wrong capitalization or punctuation, or doesn't give me the correct punctuation for certain words or that I'm using. So for instance, if I type out the word, the phrase LOL, right, which we all use a lot, at least I use a lot, maybe I'm just the weird one. And if I hit space, it'll default to that middle version of LOL. So if you see LOL, the middle one is the one that's selected. But to me, I don't like capitalizing all the letters in LOL. And so I don't want that, but it will default to that for some reason. And I don't know how to tell it not to do that. It'll do that also with the letter I. So if I am typing a word, there it is I, right? If I hit space, it'll predict, hey, you want to use the word I as in what you're using in the sentence, but it won't capitalize that letter I. It'll just keep it as lowercase I and just have you go on your merry way. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it doesn't default to the capitalization of the letter I, where when I was typing LOL, it did default to the capitalization version of that. It'll also do that with punctuation, right? Like if I'm doing can't, it won't give me the apostrophe up there. So the word prediction, not the greatest. It's not very helpful. And I have not figured out a way to turn it off unless I just completely turn off this top row of keyboards, or top row of virtual on-screen keyboards. If I turn this off, that will go away. But actually, no, it doesn't go away. That's right. I discovered that last night. It will not go away. So I I haven't figured out a way to turn it off. I really wish I could, but I can't apparently. So little gripe, little annoyance, not the greatest. So the other cool thing that you can do with the physical keyboard is actually use it as a capacitive keyboard. If you're somebody who's coming from the Passport, the BlackBerry Priv, BlackBerry Key 2, Key 1, you will know that that's something that you could do on the Passport, right? I can swipe back and forth and move up and down with it. So you can do those same gestures on the BlackBerry, or sorry, not the BlackBerry, the Titan 2. I will probably call this a BlackBerry device more and more, but so bear with me if I do. But on the Titan 2, you can actually use that same gesture on here as well. And you can also use the left and right gesture as well. See, I'm scrolling back and forth in this little window up here. Doesn't really do a great job in every application of knowing where you want to slide left and right from. So that's kind of a little annoyance, but not that big of a deal. My biggest gripe with this function, though, is you can actually use keyboard as a cursor or kind of a selection tool, right? So if I actually just press down here, just lightly tap, it'll open up whatever it thinks I'm trying to open up. Not the greatest, because there are times where I'm scrolling and my finger will kind of lightly press down some way. It'll think that I'm trying to select that item itself, when I'm actually not. I'm just scrolling, my thumb, randomly hits somewhere. So that can get a little annoying with that. So it's not the greatest. I wish I can turn that function off and just keep the scroll option. And there are sometimes the Google Play Store is not one of them, but I can, slide back and forth, but I can also select and then go back to where I was previously. I don't think it works greatly in the Play Store, so not a great place to show you, but there's some little functionality with it that I wish you could turn off or disable and just keep the horizontal and vertical scrolling. Because those are the big things that I use this for, right? If I'm, looking at my email or looking at some a website or something like that, I just want to scroll with this. I don't want to scroll with the screen. I don't want to do that. I'll use the screen to select, which is fine. But might be one of those things where I need to get used to doing it and kind of figure out the true behind the scenes of how it functions itself. But out of the gate, the first 3 days, I'm not a big fan of it. I've said in other videos, one of my big other takeaways with this device is the thickness of the Titan 2. The Titan 2 is a very thick device. And I will say that it's probably too thick for my liking. However, it's definitely not something that would prevent me from using this device as a daily driver. It's something I would get used to. I'm already starting to get used to it as well. But if you're coming from a device like the Passport, which a lot of people probably are, or probably are looking for this to be their new Passport of 2025 and 2026, then you will notice definitely that the Passport was much thinner than the Titan 2, and it's a night and day experience, right? It feels much thicker. Definitely, you can definitely feel the thickness and the weight, for that matter. The weight of this Titan 2 is definitely noticeable when you first pick it up. Where if you pick up the Passport, that is very noticeably thin and lightweight. So definitely one of the big takeaways that I've seen so far with the Titan 2 is the thickness. Again, it's not a showstopper. It's not something that would prevent me from using this device at all. It's just something you have to get used to and kind of remind yourself as you use the device. So one of my last final takeaways with this device, I'll be doing more videos as I use this more and more and kind of develop my thoughts. And I'll probably do a very longer review, either here or on another service. But one of my big takeaways that I've noticed is the fingerprint sensor over here. So on the Titan 2, I don't know if this is what it's like on the Titan 1, but the Titan 2 has the fingerprint sensor on this little button here. This is your wake button and also your power button, and also has the fingerprint sensor in there. So if you're coming from the Key 2, or the Key series, the Key 1, the Key 2, you'll remember that this spacebar was actually your fingerprint sensor. And I thought this was a great place to put a fingerprint sensor on a BlackBerry device or a keyboard device. This isn't turned on, so it won't unlock for me right now. But this right here is the actual fingerprint sensor on the Key 2, where on the Titan 2, the fingerprint sensor is on the power button. I'm not against it being on the power button. I kind of would prefer it being here on the space bar, but once you kind of get used to to using it over here. It's really fast. It's really simple to use, and it's not too bad of a placement. I will say that as you're setting up your device and you're using the fingerprint sensor, you're my initial um, thought was to use my thumb as the finger for the fingerprint sensor itself. But I feel like my index finger is the much better option because the way that I hold this device, my index finger here is the one that rests here closer to that button than my thumb does. You can have more than one, so you're not locked down to one or the other. I have both programmed on this Titan 2, but definitely, would recommend using your index finger as it's right there for you. So my last takeaway, or this is more of a just kind of a pro tip for me, as someone who's come from a BlackBerry device, the BlackBerry Android devices for that matter, the one big thing that I did the other day was install the BlackBerry Hub and the BlackBerry Hub services, as well as the BlackBerry launcher onto this device. These are free. The Hub service does have a subscription that you can use or pay for to unlock an ad-free experience. It's only like 99 cents per month, so it's not a huge subscription. I've had it for years now, just because I've still used BlackBerry Android devices. So it's recommended, but again, it's not needed to use it. But have found that ever since I've started using the BlackBerry launcher and the BlackBerry Hub, it's made my experience a lot better. When I first got the Titan 2, I was loading up random email services like Outlook and Thunderbird Mail and Spark and so forth. But I've always had a big place in my heart for the BlackBerry Hub itself, and the BlackBerry Hub just makes it slightly better experience because the Hub will actually take all your communications and put them onto one spot. For instance, you can see all my communications for Discord and Reddit and Slack and Teams and Telegram and text messages all filter into here and will show me those items as I'm using or getting those notifications. But the email experience is great too. I like it. It works with, it's worked with my Exchange server. It's worked with my personal Gmail, my work Gmail, and so forth. So definitely a little pro tip. Go grab the BlackBerry Hub services, the BlackBerry Launcher. There's a ton of great launchers out there. BlackBerry Launcher is one of them, especially just because it's kind of used. I think it's built around it because it's built around a keyboard device. The BlackBerry Launcher works a little bit better. And you get some other cool little things like this little lock screen widget here that you can put anywhere and lock your screen for it. So little pro tip, again, it's up to you what you want to use, but I definitely recommend checking out the BlackBerry Hub services, the BlackBerry Hub inbox, and the BlackBerry Launcher.